What is up, ninjas? My name is Sam World, and today I have a really quick video for you guys, hence no intro and all that. So right now I have this thing right now. Okay, sounds very catchy and whatnot. I do have a voice. Okay, but the question is, how do we make those white bass lines like you hear in Chris Lake's free your mind, free your body, free your soul, free that ass for Sand World to come in and handle? Yeah, no. How do we do that? Well, today I'm going to be explaining the theory behind it. Now, I've made so many videos on white bass lines, hence why I like big, fat, you know what. But again, I hope that this helps certain people that haven't watched those videos and also helps some of you guys who are trying to nail that kind of vibe, that sound. Okay, now, first off, the first rule I have for you guys whenever you're making this is have a proper mono low end. Okay, the way you find a proper mono low end bass line is a bass with one voice, retrig on, you know, it has power constant. Okay, that's the first thing. From there, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can make the top layers of the bass be wide, be wider than your mama, you know, whatever. So right now we're going to be adding this little layer, which is a recreation of mine's for Free Your Soul. I've monoed it down just for this video, but when you get the pack, if you support it, you're going to find it's going to sound white. However, the key thing you have to realize, guys, is when you're adding a top bass layer to this, you have to make sure that each bass has its own place. So what I hate seeing is when someone has a top bass and they let some of the lows in, they'll do some, and then they'll play it on top, and then they'll assume it's going to sound. It sounds a bit messy, so make sure that you essentially go in and cut some of those lows out that you don't need, because we already have that main bass covering that. From there, it's very important that you kind of decide what the basses are going to do. Now, this bass here doesn't need that to sound, because it's going to be more of a supportive bass element, sub bass element, which is going to be used to get feel on the track. So we can definitely cut it a little bit more to like around 80. Keep in mind that even if we cut out 80, we're still going to have some more upper frequencies that are going to be there, but not, they're not going to be fully cut out, but they are going to be kind of tranquilized down like a damn horse. All right. Once we have that, we can grab that top bass and set it to maybe around 150. Okay, now from there, what I'm going to do is two scenarios. One, if you're lazy, you can utilize the Haas Effect to get this bass to sound wide. For this, I'm using the kilohertz Haas Effect, which in essence is just going to be a delay that you're going to mess the phase up of. So this bass is not going to sound the greatest in mono. But again, most people are hearing in stereo nowadays. So again, it's a little trade-off that we have. But I'll show you guys how to do it properly without ruining your mono compatibility. But here we're just going to put a delay, again, time, and then we're going to mess up the frequency. Lower the feedback. And that's going to get us to sound wide. Essentially, that's the Haas Effect. Again, it's very looked down upon sometimes just because it creates a lot of phase issues. Essentially, again, you're delaying the left side by 1 and then the right by 21.6. So it's safe to say the left side hits first and the right. And that causes, again, you're getting the sound out of phase on the left and right. So when it collapses into mono, it doesn't sound that great. So because the timings are different, and then you're going to put them down. So how is another way we can make that wide? Well, in the preset, if you have any preset laying around and you're utilizing AKA two oscillators like so, then you can do a pan left and pan right as long as you're using different sounding oscillators. If you do this, it's going to sound proper, and you can see also -3, -2. I can also put this one down by 1. And that's going to give me a deeper kind of response from there. Now, once I have that, I can layer. I can also make this one up, and it's still going to work. The key thing is you don't want to have this bass have all of the lows, because then it's going to sound like there's not going to be any definition in the song. And what I mean by this is, you know, you show your biceps, you got a big bicep, but if you can't see the line, it don't count. Same thing. You can see that as I pull this back, since we have mid-lows here and now we have the mid-lows from this bass, from this area, it just sounds a little bit messy and that bass is just a bit overwhelming. Even if we pull it down. And now the last thing, guys, I'm going to do is, since I do have a vocal that's going to be up here and this bass is playing as well, you got to treat it the same way as you would any other bass. When you have a vocal on top, a lot of times you can have the bass be so busy in the upper mids and the high frequencies just because it's going to fight with the vocal. So I'm going to use an EQ to just bring this guy down. Like so. So that way we can have the vocal in all its glory in the set.
I live day by day, I ain't get away. Side to side, my palms go away. I live day by day, I ain't get away. Side to side, my palms go away. I live day by day, I ain't get away.
Okay, so this is a little demo for the pack, guys, but I just wanted to make this quick tutorial on this. Now, if you want to learn how to make the bass, I'll probably make a tutorial on it on my Instagram. But this bass is going to be the one from Free Your Mind, Free Your Body, and Your Soul. The difference is going to be that instead of playing longer notes, you're going to playing super short. And that creates that sound that you hear, which is very similar to losing it. So it brings up the question, Chris Lake, Fisher, you can tie the knots, you can connect the dots. Anyways, guys, you guys take care. As long as you do this properly, you do your sidechain and all that, you should be able to get white bass lines. Again, Haas Effect. Make sure you cut out the lows on the top layer bass and you should be good to go. Quick, easy tutorial. You've been following my channel, you already know this, but for those new guys that are new, I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys. And Deceiver Volume 2 will be coming out either this week or next week, so be on the lookout for it. You have a good night.